Dear colleagues, greetings from Costa Rica. I want to congratulate all of you for being at this important meeting in Nanjing. I would also like to send my best regards to the University of Nanjing directors, president, as well as all members of GCHERA and its president, Dr. John Kinelli, and all those meeting in Nanjing today. I apologize for not being able to join you. Unfortunately, for some health and other reasons, I could not be with you today. However, I am in the spirit sharing with you this important meeting. I want to also thank the Kellogg Foundation, because the Kellogg Foundation is sponsoring a project that we call Transforming Higher Education, that we believe is very relevant for the meeting that in which we are today. We would like to GCHERA and to have all of you from different universities in the world to take a leadership in trying to transform higher education. This is the name of our project, Transforming Higher Education. And let me tell you why we're on this project and why we are worried about our own future as a society, as a planet. For many years, since 1996-98, Earth University, along with the Norwegian government as well as the Kellogg Foundation, with other universities of the world, we started examining how we had transformed higher education from the past until the present days. And we have shared with other institutions in the world that we haven't changed so much for maybe more than 100 years. Our way of teaching, our way of looking at the results of our academic programs are very traditional, while the world is changing in a very, very fast way. Actually, we have done an incredible job in the universities, in the research centers, etc., in transforming the technology and science. We have seen in the past 20 years, and we will see in the next 5 years, transformation that had never happened before in our history. We have done incredible things in artificial intelligence, space exploration, in medicine, in genetics, you name it. However, when we look at the world as it is today, it's kind of frustrating to see that with all these advances, with all these incredible new technologies that we have today, we have not been able to solve the real problems of our world. We have about 800 million people that are suffering of malnutrition. Millions of them die per day, per year, due to lack of food. On the other hand, we have an obesity problem. About 700 million people suffer from obesity. That is, it's just the opposite. They are suffering from diseases due to the fact that their eating habits are not the correct ones. And on top of that, we know that there is enough food in the world to feed the whole world. If we could do it, we have enough food. Why doesn't it happen? On the other hand, we have millions of people that are not going to school, that don't have education. Poverty has increased instead of decreased over the past 3 years. And what we see in the world is a lot of friction, a lot of fighting. We thought that this new century, this new millennium will be the millennium of peace. And then we find ourselves in this conflicting manner of treating each other. And on top of that, we have the challenge of sustainability, of the sustainability of the planet, with global warming, the waste that we have in the oceans, the great danger that we are suffering due to health issues because of the way that we're treating the planet. And we ask ourselves, how come these things continue happening while we are forming the leaders, probably, that are taking the decisions to change the world, or that could take the decisions to change the world? Well, we believe that it's in our academic classrooms, in our academic world, that we can really produce a quick change in the world. I think that's the only place where we can have a quick change, because it's in our classrooms that these young men and women from different parts of the world are being formed to direct our future, to take the right decisions. And I think we have done very well in science and technology. But I think we have forgotten about the human values that should be explicit, not only implicit, but explicit, and be role modeled by our educators. We as educators have a tremendous responsibility and an opportunity to change the world. But we have to teach more than science and technology. We have to teach respect for each other, be respectful of our diversity, celebrate diversity rather than to fight diversity, learn to resolve problems through dialogue, learn how to do business in a way that is not only the material good what's important, it's not only the money, it's also about how we improve the life of others, how we win-win, rather than only one competes and wins, or many compete and only one wins. We have to look at ourselves as a one family living in this planet. So far, we know that we have no other place to go yet. And there won't be time to get to another place if we continue with the way that we are treating our world, our natural resources, our biodiversity, our waters, and ourselves as a human society. So we believe in GCHERA that we should make a strong effort to transform higher education, to transform it in the sense that when we teach across the curriculum, across all disciplines, there has to be an example of how we carry our values. And our values are simple values that are universal throughout history. It's about honesty, preventing corruption. It's about respect for each other. It's about opportunities for all, gender opportunity, having all the different religions, races, people, we are all the same. We are in this. It's one family in this planet that we call home, and it is the planet Earth. So there shouldn't be any differences. We should try to understand that what's good for one is good for all of us, and what's bad for some would be bad for all of us. Now the universities, and I know that before you come to university, you have your values at home, your values in the elementary school, in the high school, but it's true also that it's in our universities that most of the leaders in the political, private sector, in the academic sector, in the industry, in the foundations, become the ones that bring the change and the leadership. Not only the leaders, but the people that work with them. So if we were able, as institutions of the world, to instill in each one of our students, each one of our men and women that come to us, instill those values of respect, of prosperity, of opportunities for all, and one word we don't use so frequently in business or in academia, which is love, which I think love is one value that brings together all other values. If we love each other, we probably will not be corrupt, we will not deceive others, we will not kill, we will not see those big differences, and we can create a world of peace, of dignity for all, a world where we can have a life of respect. And people tell me, Well, there has been always wars, and there has been always poor and people that die out of hunger and out of violence. Yes, perhaps, but we should dream for a different world, and we should never stop dreaming. And no matter how difficult it seems to be, I think we should pull together to try to look for that ideal world where our society can survive and we can be in a harmonious environment. We know that we have the science, we know that we have the technology, we know that we have the food, we know that we have even the environment to be an added value to us, but we need to work together to fulfill this objective. So I make a call on you, and we are fortunate to have several universities already involved, and I know the change is not easy, but we need to believe, and we need to start, and we need to make a change so that the future generations will say there was a turning point where humanity became a human race where we protected our home and we protected ourselves as our family. So I would like to send my best regards to all of you, but also to encourage you to join GCHERA and to join this effort to make this change possible, because together, believing in these basic values, we can make a tremendous change. So I wish you a great meeting. I hope to be able to see you in the future, hopefully in a very near future. And I wish you a very productive and enjoyable time with our friends in China.